What is up, Richmond Rillaboom fans? It's your boy Hammy G, coach of the Richmond Rillaboom, coming to you live with the Week 3 Team Builder. We have been having a great season so far, off to a great start through the first 2 weeks. We're sitting 2-0. As predicted in the Team Builder, our team captain, Iron Boulder, aka Brock, the Iron Boulder, has been putting in work and is sitting atop the leaderboard. Actually, through 2 weeks, sitting atop the leaderboard with 7 kills, 7 knockouts, 0 deaths. This thing is putting in work. So make sure you go, if you haven't seen our week 1 and week 2 um, live battles and team builders, make sure you check those out. See that thing in action, man. This is a new shiny toy in this new generation after the DLC. So we have not seen much action from this thing in draft leagues yet, but like I was hoping, and the start of the season, it has been a beast so far. So let's get into the uh, week 3 team builder here. We are going to be taking a look at what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing it. First off, let's take a look at our rosters here in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen. You should see my team and my opponent's team. And then I'm going to jump into what I'm bringing for this matchup. So right off the bat, I really like how this matchup looks. My opponent has a very slow team, so that is allowing me to put some extra EV investment in things like HP and bulk on a lot of my Pokemon this week. I don't have to worry too much about outspeeding things because his two fastest Pokemon are Shaman and Chi-Yu. So taking a look at his full roster, we're going against Big Time Beans, aka Teddy Plays, um, formerly the #1 Trapinch fan. This guy, he's a great coach. He's got kind of a strange team. It's very definitely built around some trick room potential, and he's got a very scary Pokemon. One of the other new Pokemon, Pecharunt, is on his squad. But top to bottom, he's got Chi-Yu, Slowking, Pecharunt, Hatterene, Dragonite, Fortress, Hitmonlee, Terra Beartick with Terra Ice, Electric, and Ground, which he has been putting in work with thus far. I think that Beartick already has like 5 or 6 kills on the season. He's got Mudsdale. He's got Rotom Fan, which is also one of his Terramons, Terra Electric, Grass, and Water, which are great Terra types on that thing. He's got this sort of same thing going as my Vikavolt with a Levitate Mon with Terra Electric having no immunities. He's got Terra Zangoose with Terra Normal, Ghost, and Stellar, which I still got to figure out what the heck Terra Stellar does, and he's got Shaman. So, like I was saying in the beginning here, nothing faster than base 100 speed. So, with my roster, Iron Boulder, Iron Shreds, Rillaboom, Sylveon, Duraludon as my Terramon, Manaphy, Vikavolt as my other Terramon with Terra Electric, Fairy, Steel. Got Moltres, Hydreigon, Grafai, and Lampin. So let's see what 6 I'm bringing. Starting off with our Iron Boulder, our team captain. Like I said, this thing has been putting in work so far this season, and it has an excellent matchup once again this week. I'm looking at his roster, and I'm seeing not many things that want to take a hit from this guy, and nothing that outspeeds it. I can run Adamant this week. I'm running Adamant Iron Boulder with only 184 speed EVs. Allows me to outspeed max speed Chi-Yu or Shaman. And the rest I can just put into a full attack investment, some bulk. I've got some HP, some regular physical defense, and 4 in special defense. So this thing can take a hit. I've got Swords Dance, Mega Horn to bop a Slowking. I've got Psycho Cut for the Pecharunt, and Also for like the Hitmonlee, and would be my best move to hit the Mudsdale. And then I have Mighty Cleave for everything else, that powerful rock move. Um, so this thing looks great. I'm running on booster energy. So this time, because I am adamant and I don't have to run full speed investment, that booster energy is going to be giving me a +1 attack boost the first time I come in. So the hope is that I can just bring this thing in mid to late game and get that +1 attack right off the bat. And if I'm coming in on a Chi-Yu that I know is like choice specs or something, and it's or is choice scarfed and it's locked into a fire move, then I can just come in, click a Swords Dance, and pretty much sweep from there. I'll be at +3 attack if I'm able to get up that Swords Dance, and with a little bit, just the slightest bit of chip damage on some things like Mudsdale, Shaman, um, or Dragonite if it's a bulky Dragonite, or Fortress. Um, and also the Petron. Petron is crazy bulky on the physically defensive side. It's got 160 physical defense, and it's got 88 HP, so it can definitely take some hits. It can even take like a +3, like in my mocks. I don't even think it was max defense Petron, but in my mock battle, that thing took a +3 Psycho Cut from my Iron Boulder. But in my mocks, I was able to sweep because at that point I had already worn some things down. So I really like Iron Boulder's chances of getting at least a few kills in this matchup and potentially just winning the game once again. Our next Pokemon is going to be Iron Treads. Again, same thing. I do not have to run full speed. I am Jolly Nature in this matchup with enough speed, again, to outspeed max Shaman or Chi-Yu as long as they are not Choice Scarf. Full attack investment with a Shuka Berry to potentially take a like a Earthquake or some or like a Earth Power from Shaman, and be able to just stay in, get off Stealth Rocks, potentially get off another big hit on something. The Shuka Berry also allows me to take like a +1 Earthquake from Dragonite if that thing manages to set up, and be able to like kill it with an Ice Spinner, as long as I've gotten at least one hit. I don't intend to ever let that thing just set up for free. So Iron Boulder is kind of like a failsafe for that thing. And let me see how I take a +1 Earthquake from Dragonite, actually, because I don't know if I've ran that calc, and I just want to make sure that we take it fairly well. So just checking calcs here. Let's see, Dragonite, Dragon Dance, Earthquake. If it is +1, yeah, with that Shuka Berry, +1 Earthquake from Adam and Dragonite is only doing 47 to 55%, and my Ice Spinner, if I've broken his multi-scale, should be OHKOing it. So yeah, that's kind of the plan for that thing. But yeah, if I can get Hatterene out of the way, Stealth Rocks are great for me to be able to wear down things like Chi-Yu, wear down, just get some of that little bit of chip damage. Also great for like things like Beartic or Rotom Fan. But yeah, just that little bit of rocks damage on things like Slowking, Shaman, Mudsdale can go a long way for Iron Boulder potentially sweeping. So this thing looks good. Also, Heavy Slam just destroys Hatterene, which is definitely one of his biggest threats for me. So I don't want that thing getting out of hand with like Calm Mind or anything like that. So Heavy Slam is kind of needed for that. But yeah, otherwise this thing just hits things hard. And if he doesn't have that Dragonite or like Shaman has been weakened at all, it just does a lot of damage to things. So great Pokemon here. Manaphy coming once again. DJ Mana. Fresh. We're running max speed, timid Manaphy to speed tie. things like max speed, Chiyu, and Shaman. We got the same speed investment. So if they are offensive sets, wanting to like offensively check Manaphy, we could potentially speed tie with them. And if they are bulkier Shaman sets, like I feel like a bulky Shaman is one of the best answers that he has to Manaphy. So we should be able to just set up a tail glow on things like Mudsdale, set up a tail glow potentially on things like Slow King. Slow King really should not have much to hit Manaphy with. He could like do things like Thunder Wave or things like that. Could potentially set up a tail glow on things like Fortress as well. But yeah, Manaphy is looking awesome here with just max special attack, max speed, nothing really fancy in this set. I am bringing the Rindo Berry in case he has like a Yachi Berry Shaman that he's planning, hoping that Yachi Berry Shaman can take a Ice Beam at plus. If I get up to +3 and he gets hit with Ice Beam, he could live with a Yachi Berry. But if he's hoping that he can live a hit that way and then kill me back with his Seed Flare, then I'm bringing the Rindo Berry to have that same thing. To have the damage that I take from a super effective grass type. And other than that, he doesn't really have a lot to. It could also work for like a Terra Grass Rotom fan as well, if that's what he wants to try to check me with. But yeah, Manaphy looks pretty solid here. I think if he wants to try to check it offensively and brings like Choice Scarf things like Chiyu or Choice Scarf's Shaman, again, I'll just eat the hit with the Rindo Berry and can like blow them back with Ice Beam or Scald. Um, and other than that, it really kind of can have some real potential to either sweep or just tear some holes in his team. Bringing Assault Vest Balerion, our shout outs to Game of Thrones. This thing, Hydreigon set is our way of having some kind of switch into Chi-Yu because that thing is a monster. It is a very powerful little goldfish. And really the only drawback of Chi-Yu is that it does not have much coverage at all. Its only coverage move outside of that, like Dark and Fire Stab, which are a great offensive combo, is like Psychic as a Psychic coverage move. So the great thing about Hydreigon here is that it is a pretty naturally bulky Pokemon with 92 HP, 90 special defense. And when I slap that Assault Vest on there, it allows me to really take anything that Chi-Yu wants to do pretty darn well. Even if that thing is like Choice Specs Overheat, I am taking those Choice Specs Overheats pretty well. I think it cannot 2-hit KO me with a Choice Specs Overheat. So this is going to be my Pokemon that is like a dedicated switch in to Chi-Yu. Anytime I see that thing come in, I'm bringing in my Hydreigon and should be able to live any hit that he wants to go for and do a lot of damage in return with Dragon Pulse. Or if I see that he is Choice Specs, I can also U-turn and just have a way to get in my Iron Boulder or Iron Treads for free and either like force him out or he has to stay in and die to like an Earthquake or a Rock move. So this thing is really good. It's also its coverage like Dark Pulse and Dragon Pulse and Flamethrower just look really good versus most of his team. I have enough speed to outspeed. I believe I'm outspeeding the Hitmonlee, max like Jolly Hitmonlee. I outspeed that thing. I do have to be wary of like Mach Punch on that thing, but I can hit pretty much everything on his roster really hard. Like Pecharunt does not want to take a Dark Pulse. Slow King does not enjoy taking Dark Pulses. And Hatterene, takes a pretty good amount of damage from Dark Pulse, and it could potentially get flinched. So the combination of being able to outspeed most things and do a lot of damage is great. Flamethrower just destroys Fortress. It should do good damage to like Shaman. I can also U-turn on Shaman. Dragon Pulse is great for the Dragonite to not let that thing set up in my face. So yeah, Hydreigon looks awesome in this matchup, and it's a really excellent answer to have for one of the scariest offensive Pokemon in the game, Chi-Yu. Now, Vikavolt is also looking great, and you'll notice like really all of my Pokemon this week have look pretty awesome in this matchup, and can definitely have a lot of potential to put in great work and do a lot of damage to his team. So Vikavolt, our A drive here, is coming with Bug Buzz, Energy Ball, Sticky Web, and Volt Switch. I've got a lot of HP investment, a lot of special attack, and just a little bit of speed to outspeed hopefully things like really bulky Mudsdale or the bulky Hatterene, Slowking. Fortress should be outspeeding all of those things with just a little bit of speed investment, because I imagine he's not going to be trying to outspeed anything with those things. He's very likely could be bringing Trick Room sets on those on the Slowking or Hatterene, so I got to watch out for that. But the good thing is I can pretty much punish both of his Trick Room users with anything on my squad by doing a lot of damage to them if they do want to stay in, click a Trick Room. They're going to be taking a lot of damage to be able to get that Trick Room off, and I have things that can kind of pivot into them, so I should be able to play around that, no problem. The moves that I'm running on here, Bug Buzz and Energy Ball, like the reason why Vikavolt is great here, right? I can bring it in. I think I'm pretty sure this is going to be my dedicated lead. So anytime that I'm coming in with Vikavolt on something like the Slowking or something like the Shaman per se, I doubt that Shaman really. I don't think Shaman really has anything to hit the Vikavolt. So if I'm in on Slowking or Shaman, like Bug Buzz is super free. You got to imagine that Mudsdale would be something that he would want to bring in on Vikavolt in case I'm going for like a Volt Switch. Um, his other potential switch-ins might be like a Rotom Fan as well, but if I can catch that Mudsdale with a Bug Buzz, um, it's super easy for me to just click Bug Buzz on Shaman or Slowking because it's super effective damage against both those things, and it hits Mudsdale neutral. And Mudsdale does not have great like special defense, so after a Bug Buzz and then I'm outspeeding Mudsdale, I can just click Energy Ball the next turn and just destroy that thing. And then Volt Switch from there is super free. I am running Terra Steel on this thing this week, so that I can have another kind of like soft answer to a potential Dragon Dance Dragonite. I imagine he would need to run like Dragon Dance, Dragon Move for Hydreigon, probably like Iron Head for Sylvia or Sylveon, or my potential like Terra Fairy, um, Vikavolt, and then he would probably need like Earthquake as his other move. So with our Levitate ability and Terra Steel, he probably won't really have anything to hit Vikavolt with that Dragonite. So this is another potential thing to just kind of come in and do damage to that thing with, like, I can take a hit, Volt Switch out, and just at least not let him like set up for free and go crazy. Um, so yeah, that is the idea behind Vikavolt this week. Pokemon here, trying to go a little faster this week, is Sylveon, our aka Sylvia, running the Calm Mind, Hyper Voice, Stored Power, and Substitute. Once again, I really like this set. I'm running nearly max HP, running a little bit of defense investment. Don't need the special attack or special defense because ideally I'm going to be boosting up those stats with Calm Mind. And then I'm running a lot of speed investment to try to outspeed like I think I'm trying to outspeed here, like if he's running a Pecharunt that is very bulky and doesn't have much speed investment at all, which because his team is so slow, you might lean towards the Trick Room sets. So if he only has like a tiny bit of HP or a tiny bit of speed rather on Pecharunt, I can potentially outspeed that thing. And if I'm behind a substitute, I can set up a substitute on things like uh, fortress potentially, or I can set up a substitute on things like the Mudsdale or things like Slow King are very likely to be able to just be like substitute fodder. Um, so behind a sub, I can just start calm minding up, and once I have a few calm mind boosts, um, like check out how much, say I get to like +2. My stored power is could potentially like Oko that Petron if it's um, physically defensive, which he probably does want to bring like a physically defensive set because my things like Iron Shreds and Iron Boulder are so strong on the physical side. Also like Rillaboom, like Petron is definitely would be his probably best answer to my Rillaboom, which I'm actually not bringing, but it actually works really well versus him. So, um, yeah, so that is my kind of game plan this week. The Sylveon, once again, all 6 of my Pokemon, I think, have excellent matchups this week. And, they all have great opportunities to kind of come in, do really well at their role. I think each Pokemon has potential to do a lot of damage to his team. Um, and could potentially win in their own right, like each one of these things. So I'm really liking this matchup. It felt way easier to build this week than last week. You guys saw the week 2 team builder and match. I was definitely very anxious and very worried about that matchup, but we still came out with a win. So check those matches out if you haven't seen it yet. And um, I will be playing the week 3 match on Sunday. So you'll see this team builder will likely come out on Sunday, and then the match after that. Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you're liking this content. If you enjoy Pokemon content, I'll be coming out with more and more videos. Just trying to build this channel as something fun to do. And I really love Draft League. Playing Pokemon Draft League, been doing it for a while. So thank you guys for those of you who are liking and supporting the channel so far. Really appreciate you guys. And check out our other RGBL coaches as well. I'm going to start linking like my opponents' channels as well. And we will see you guys next time. Peace.